Friends, it is week 5 of the challenge, and it is time. It is time. We are bringing in what I like to refer to as gentle fall. Some of us are not ready for fall. Others are like really ready for fall. But because I know that this is a tricky time of year, I decided to bring it on in more of a gentle fashion. And this is something I talk about a lot on my channel. This concept of gentle fall, like easing our way into a season without it smacking you upside the head. So we're going with textures, untraditional fall colors. And you guys, I was so excited shopping for this challenge. I actually pulled the next 2 weeks of florals for these containers. So I'm going to start you in gentle and then come back next week because I'm going to have like full on fall smacking us in the face, and I can't wait. So what I kind of wanted to do is I always start with my centerpiece moment. What do I want to do? And in the fall, I really gravitate towards structure, and I gravitate towards grasses because they have incredible seed heads. Well, this week I decided I want to play with some herbs. Now, rosemary is a wonderful centerpiece option. There's lots of different forms. This particular rosemary is called Arp, and Arp tends to be really upright, like super structural, very like perky. It's here to play. So with this being my centerpiece moment, I kind of like to let my imagination drift a little bit and see what starts calling my name. And in fall, another thing that really calls my name, because it is just coming into its peak, are sedums. And there's some exceptional sedums out there. And the one that I've pulled for you today is pretty exceptional. So when I talk about gentle fall or kind of like easing into fall, I really gravitate towards antique tones. So these are like kind of softer purples, rose tones. Sometimes I'll throw in some like really moody gray foliage, but essentially it's almost like a very romantic way of looking at fall as opposed to the traditional reds, orange, yellow, which for some people, that's just not their jam. And so I love this antique spin on fall. So with that having been said, I started pulling together pieces in that like rose purple range, and immediately I saw my eye gravitate towards actually like a soft light purple and cream arrangement. Okay, so here we are with the first selection. This little cutie is a sedum. And this is actually a sedum called Thundercloud. And what I'm loving about this selection is you get a beautiful blue-gray cast to the leaf. And the leaf is actually really substantial. And with all that in play, you also get a really beautiful rose tone from these beautiful, beautiful buds up top that have yet to open. And then when this does open, it's like a deep, saturated raspberry. It's not like an obnoxious fire alarm. It's really just such richness that I love in this season. And I think it's going to be a beautiful play on all the other antique tones I'm bringing in. In terms of my next kind of mid-story element, I have 2 options and we're going to play with them both. The first is very much inspired by the workshop I took from Francoise Weeks, and I will link that below. But in that workshop, she had a ton of straw flower. And I typically am not a person who gravitates towards straw flower, with the exception of fall. I feel like that is just like peak straw flower season. And so I found this gorgeous selection at my local nursery. This was at Sky Nursery. And it's in this very beautiful, creamy floral. It's like one of those florals that you really want to touch because it sounds so good. It feels so cool. So this is kind of option number 1. And then, oh, and by the way, this one is, oh, they just call it straw flower white. The second option is this little cutie. This is one of my favorite asters. If you are a person who loves mums, but are frustrated with how short-lived they are, welcome to the world of asters. They are phenomenal. And this one is a variety called Monch. I love this in the landscape. It's a very like lavendery purple, very delicate. And the foliage has a bit more gray in it, which is kind of fun. It kind of contributes to this little antique-y vibe that we've got going on here. So I'm gonna leave this Monch aster in place for just a second, and I'm gonna start bringing in other elements. And it's at this point that we are going to have a crazy little play with textures. So one thing that I kind of never faltered on, it was just like a must include for this arrangement, is this gorgeous pepper. This one is one called Calico. And what I love about it is it brings the purple of my aster down to this middle point. There's also so much smokiness to the leaf that I feel like it talks to this sedum as well. The cool thing is that we're doing this fall planter now, but we still have quite a few hot days. And so this pepper is really gonna thrive well into the end of October. Oh, also, I feel like this is a great little nod to Halloween. So if Halloween is your jam, like, I mean, an almost black pepper, kind of the best. Okay, the next thing I brought in is another kind of late season annual that I think is gonna perform really, really well. It's hit or miss whether this will overwinter, but this is a Lantana and it's called Lucky Lavender. And what is so cool about this one is it brings in this kind of creamy white with just like a touch of yellow. And then as it blooms out, there's a bunch of lavender tones that suddenly come through, some antique pinks in there as well. And so I thought this would be such an awesome addition. The other thing is placing it right below my sedum. It's putting like a deep green textured leaf next to this sedum. So really contrasting our leaf shapes and our leaf textures. The next thing I really waffled on, but I felt like I wanted to bring some antique silver into this arrangement. And what I decided upon is this little Helichrysum. Now, I had another silver in here, I had a Senecio, but I felt like this was just the jam, because what's really fun is when it comes up underneath this pepper, it is one of those plants that highlights things that it's underneath. And also I kind of thought it was like really fun to have a super spiky element, because that talks to our rosemary centerpiece in the back. So loving this Helichrysum, and this one is called Silver Stitch. The last thing in the middle, this could be a drapey element. This could be a mounding element. And I had two top contenders, and I love them both for two very different reasons. Okay, first contender is an ajuga. I actually think that ajugas in containers are phenomenal. This one is called Burgundy Glow, and it's actually one of my favorites that I use in container arrangement. It's like a little bit of pink. There's a tiny bit of purple. You get some like very light spots, kind of this cream little kind of variegation coming through the leaf. And that helps talk to not only my Helichrysum, but that little cream bit also echoes back to my Lantana up here. So this is phenomenal. I find that it's very well behaved in a container. And I love this for a client when I'm going to install a container in the fall, and maybe I'm not going to get back to them until May, because this will send out a beautiful bloom in the springtime. So this was option number one. And I really love it. It also kind of echoes the pink that I've got going on up here. Option number two is a staple in my work. This is a Vinca. It's a trailing Vinca. And this one is called Wojo's Gem. And again, I'm pulling through a variegated leaf. I always want one or two plants that have variegation in an arrangement. And this kind of creamy yellow harkens back to my Lantana again. I feel like I always want all my elements to be talking to each other. And so this was my other one. And I'm honestly, you guys, I'm having a really hard time making up my mind here, because I think both are phenomenal. Let me stand back and take a look one more time, because this takes it in like a very pink direction. And I feel like I just did pinks last week. Oh, Oh gosh. And then this one just immediately helps soften the facade. And I really like Vinca as opposed to an ivy in a container a lot of the time. And so that one offers a lot of brightness. I think I'm gonna go with the Wojo's Gem. It's just a classic. Okay, before I get to planting, I wanted to play with one other item. Okay, here is the arrangement with the straw flower. What I love about the straw flower is kind of this creamy yellow, echoes to the Lantana, echoes down to the Vinca. But you know what's so funny? Is now that I have the Aster out of there, I actually really miss it because I feel like this purple is such a beautiful, strong note. And also I feel like the purple did a really good job of pulling in this kind of antique-y mauve situation that I've got going over here. I also feel like once this blooms, I'm gonna need a really strong counterpoint over here. And I think my straw flower might get lost. Okay, final answer. We're gonna bring in the Aster. Yeah, you guys, that's it. It just feels a little bit more dusty and a little bit more vintage with my Aster in play. Okay, it's time to dig it in. So here she is. Week 5, first tippy toe into fall, and I feel like this is such a good transitional container. So for those of you who aren't yet ready to give up summer, but are kind of feeling the little itch of fall, this is a perfect combination. And then you know what I was also thinking about? When I chose these plants for this arrangement, I actually realized that I was choosing the shape of the plant as well. So when you're shopping for plants for your container, look at the shape and kind of think about what you're hoping to achieve. So with my Sedum, I actually chose not one that was like all the same uniform height, but I chose one that had a little bit of a lower moment because I liked that I might kind of fill it to this outer edge. And then the other thing I did is this sweet little pepper. It had this one branch that was coming out forward, and I thought that would be super fun, kind of like leaning over a beautiful little traily bit. So just a little hint, just a little tidbit from me to you when you're out shopping. So in the comments from last week, one of you actually asked for a progress update on some of these containers. And Brian and I were talking, and we're kind of wondering, is anyone interested in like a halfway progress shot? Because each one of these containers, my goal is that they look gorgeous and last for 13 weeks. Crossing our fingers. But they should. But if you're interested in a progress shot on week 1, next week, it will almost be at its halfway mark in its 13-week progression. So let me know in the comments below. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I feel like we have achieved the first fall container. Gentle fall is rolling in, and I am so excited. Say hello to your garden for me. I'll see you soon. Wow, I really thought I was gonna go with the straw flower. And I really thought I was going to go with this guy. It's very surprising to me.